Good morning, brothers and sisters. Good evening, depending on when you watch the video. I hope that you had a wonderful day. Here in Salt Lake City, Utah, we had a beautiful flood or rain. Outside my office, I was looking at the rain come down, and I was expecting to see Noah's Ark come down the parking lot. Not really, but it was a lot, and it was amazing. Left the air smelling so great. I love the smell of rain. My roommate would say, "Well, this is the chemical name of it." And I'm like, "I don't care. I just love the smell, and I love the effect that it has on us to help us relax and breathe in some fresh air. That's the best one right there. We get a little break with the smog. So, spent the day trying to figure out what I'm gonna talk about. When the church was founded, there was one thing that, well, two things that actually set aside this new church and made it totally unique. And even to this day, it's there something that's makes it different, makes it special. And it's not the priesthood, because we see the Catholic Church, the Roman, the Greek Orthodox, and who knows how many others have their form of godliness, but it's theirs. It's the things that make us unique is one, modern revelation. Now, when the prophet Joseph Smith started the church in 1830, it was well known throughout all of Christianity that there would be no more revelation, no more angels visiting. God quit talking to us. That was the mind frame. Nowadays, I hear more and more people say God's talking to us. We have revelation, but that's what made us unique. Is we started this whole thing, modern revelation. I mean, we have a whole set of scriptures that deal with nothing but modern revelation. See this one right here? Doctrine and Covenants. 100% pure, unadulterated, modern revelation. This one, it's good too. I love it. I love this one too. So, the fact that we have, and here's another thing that I just thought of: a living prophet. Now, nowadays, anyone can call themselves a prophet. But when Joseph Smith was walking the earth, it was a well-known fact that God did not have prophets. The only prophets that would come are false prophets. Well, I hate to tell you this, but if there's going to be false prophets, there has to be true prophets. It's true. And there will be prophets. That's how God does things. Amos 3:7. One of the few scriptures I know. Yes, I know. Talks about God always uses prophets. There's no scripture in the New Testament that declares that God will no longer use prophets. Not a one. You can make one up. I had a friend years ago. He pulled out the Bible and he read one verse and said, "From the prophets to John," and said, "That's the verse. This says prophets will no longer are needed." And I'm like, no, that doesn't. Prophets are how God talks to his children. Now, since Joseph Smith's time, there have been countless people who call themselves prophet and apostles. There's people that just call themselves apostles because they want to. They've never received a revelation. They've never had a heavenly experience where God himself had called them to that holy calling. But they preach the same exact stuff. And it's boring. One notable prophet, this was a funny one. In the 2016 election, there was a gentleman, he was known as a Nigerian prophet. And he was big time. He had thousands of followers, thousands. And one day he says he prophesies about the American election that Hillary Clinton will win in a landslide or victoriously. Well, we know what happened. We got 4 years of Trump and a new subcategory of Republicans called Trumpites. That's what I call them, at least. I mean, I voted for Trump, I will admit it, but just because I didn't want Hillary Clinton in office. That's all. That's the only reason. And that's about as much politics as you'll hear from my channel. I hate politics. Anyways, so come the election time, and Trump won. Evidently, from what I heard, is this gentleman, this prophet, was chased out of Nigeria. That's what I heard. I don't know if I can't find anything about him after his boasting of Hillary Clinton's gonna win. So, but prophet is something that we had unique for our time. Even today in Christianity, every time we call someone our prophet, like our modern prophet, oh shoot, you guys are laughing at me, I know it. This is embarrassing. Russell M. Nelson. There we go. I know I'd get it. My brains have been over frying for the past week, so cut me a break. Quit laughing. So he's our modern prophet. Now we have 13 other gentlemen who are apostles. Actually, all of them, all 15 are apostles. But only one is called the prophet at one time. He receives all keys and authority. Not all keys. There's one that I know of, that maybe two that I know that he doesn't have. But he has all the keys in heaven and earth needed to guide our Father in heaven's children here on earth towards salvation that leads them to Christ. Remember, Christ is our point of salvation. And the goal of the prophet is to not control us, but to guide us. We have so many false doctrines flying throughout the world nowadays, and we need someone to guide us. The Bible has been misinterpreted and misinterpreted and misinterpreted so many times, and everyone believes their version is right, their interpretation is right. In fact, I get told quite often that I don't know what I'm talking about. But that's why we have modern prophets and apostles. Think of the church as a ship. And the prophet is the captain and navigator. He knows where we need to go, how to avoid those rough seas, or the safest way to get through those rough seas. Because God doesn't just lift us from those rough seas. He will see us through. He interprets the signs from the heavens, which are, you can look at as scriptures, because all scripture is inspired of God. Yes, even the Book of Mormon, Doctrine and Covenants, Pearl Great Price, all of them are inspired of God. But He guides us to where we don't hit the rocks of false doctrine or the waves of misinterpretation. He leads us to Christ. That's His only goal. So the two things that we have unique is modern revelation and our prophet. And I am thankful for both. I am thankful for the huge announcement that he gave us just yesterday. 20 new temples. How beautiful, how amazing is that? I mean, the work of the Lord is truly going forward. So, with that, I think I used my little button here too much and batteries died. So, come payday, I got to go and get a new one so I can fight with it and try and get this video to end. But I love you guys. I pray for you. I hope that you will find the truth of the gospel. And if you don't believe that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has the truth, go spread your lies somewhere else. Because I will never, there is not a man or a demon that can convince me that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is not the Church of God. I am 100% certain of that. So if you want to spread lies, disturb people's peace that Christ has brought them, go somewhere else. I don't care for that stuff. I'm here to spread love and joy. So you guys have a wonderful evening and a wonderful day, and I will see you guys tomorrow night.